who the
And
hell
I'm
would
like,
give
who
me
the
eleven
hell would
thousand
give me
dollars?
$11,000?
And it happened to be
And it
number
happened to be
11
number
on the Dallas
11 on the
Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
Womp womp
Womp, womp,
womp.
womp.
They tried to
They
crucify
tried
that
to
man for
crucify
his
that man
taste.
for his taste.
And it
And
might not
it
even be
might
in
not
his
even be in
taste.
his
But when we
taste.
get to
But
the
when
point
we
where
get
we
to the
trying to
point where we
crucify
trying to
niggas
crucify
for
niggas
what they
for
might have
what they
seen,
might have seen,
not what they done,
not what they done or said, but
what
just
they may
what they may have seen.
When you that
When you that influential and
impactful,
where they don't even want
people to be
influenced by your taste,
it mean you
it mean you really standing for something. Shout out Kyrie Irving.
This morning, I woke up and I had a sale for $11,000.
$11,000.
And I'm like, who
the hell would give me $11,000?
And it happened
to be number 11 on the Dallas Mavericks.
Kyrie Irving. Womp womp womp. They tried to crucify that man for his taste. And it might not even be in his taste. But when we get to the point where we trying to crucify niggas for what they might have seen, not what they
done or said, but just what they may have seen.
When you that
influential and impactful, where they don't even want people to be influenced by your taste,
it mean you
really standing for something. Shout out Kyrie Irving.
This morning, I woke up. And I had a sale for $11,000.
$11,000.
And I'm like, who
the hell would give me $11,000?
And it happened to
be number 11 on the Dallas Mavericks.
Kyrie Irving. Womp womp womp. They tried to crucify that man for his taste. And it might not even be in his taste. But when we
That's crazy. Shout out Kyrie Irving. Shout out LaRussell. This is Rap Status Magazine. It's your host, Twan Gotti, and we coming back to talk about what's going on. What is going on? Listen, key component to being successful is working diligently, building, you got to build internal capacity. You know what I'm saying? You got to build up something. You got to build some diligence. You got to have some due diligence, some discipline to hit it. Now we talking about, I mean, just think everybody who's been successful in hip hop, sports, just life. I mean, they had to work. You ain't gonna get nowhere not working, bro. And my live ain't coming on. So Kyrie spends 11,000. Somebody else spends 10,000. Somebody spends 5,000. Snoop Dogg spends 2,500 with him and another 1,000. So he just 21, 26, 28, just about 30 grand on a new album or a new tape or whatever it is that he's pushing. What is this? Got to find out the ways he's using. I mean, LaRussell is like bringing a lot of let's call it hip nerd stuff to the table, to where he's like at home learning all about the, like, I mean, bro pretty much grew up on the internet. I think his father was doing some type of hip hop or some music, and he was going up, setting up shots. So he learned a lot. He probably been a young man all around the time, like seeing how to make his money. He's definitely official and serious about his bread. Shout out to LaRussell. I think he just got back with Live Nation. He was talking about the deal a couple of times of how it wasn't right, and I guess Jay-Z wanted to make it right with him. Let's look further into that right here. LaRussell and Live Nation. No. Is it Live Nation? Rock Nation. Rock Nation. All right. being an independent artist, I mean, one of the biggest things that we have as an independent artist is that we have to foot all the bills. Therefore, everything that we make is very detrimental. Like when you had a label, they got a lot of write-offs. It's a loan. They sign artists because they got all this money that they loan. They got to write it off. They say they did all this, blah, 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 bought all these beats, blah, 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 bought some paintings, did all this shit. Now we can write it off. It was a dump, complete write-off, tax break. But here it is. We have La Russell posted right here with, you have La Russell with Jay-Z. La Russell with Jay-Z. Yeah, La Russell with Jay-Z right here. I mean, he said some stuff. He was on a couple pods talking about, you know, how the situation went between them two. And you know, he had to come speak his mind. So La Russell being La Russell, he was strategic. He just kept nicking away at it. And then, as you can see, he got the picture. It all worked out. Pretty sure the deal went the way it needs to go. Pretty sure the money was spent. And I'm pretty sure La Russell was laughing all the way in the bank because he's doing it independently. He doesn't have to check in with anybody. He's pretty much the CEO. He's pretty much the person saying yay or nay about whatever it is that they got going on over there at Good Company. And that's just what it is in the Bay Area. You know, we like to be in control. Pretty sure, like as a label, yeah, you could use the money. You know what I'm saying? But if you stick it out and you stick to your guns and you keep on working hard, they're going to have to come see you. Because I don't think they want to see anybody get money because it's going to make their independent. I mean, their labels, their artists want to go independent. So they got to be like, nah, he signed. They need everybody signed. They need everybody with some money being taken out their pockets. So as we can see, La Russell hugging the shit out of this man. So you know the money was spent. Everything was done. This is genuine. He's being genuine. He's being authentic. He's being himself. You understand? He took the dinner with La Russell, gave him the dinner. La Russell being his genuine self, he came out and get it. How many artists out here is working in the Bay Area that you know, is doing stuff? So he's up at the high school. He's involving the kids. Got a campaign going on. Let's get a little whiff of that.
But I blew up from my backyard. I'm from the... I'm from the Bay. I rep it hard. I'm known worldwide, but I blew up from my backyard. I'm from the Bay. That's Northern Cal. They like my songs, they like my smile, they like my style. Let's go. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. I put a new twist on the stuff from 06. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. I got a little story, go something like this. It was all on the flow that winter. The short came through and blow the whistle for the summer. You wasn't outside back then, what a bummer. Nokia phones and H2 Hummers. Hey, little mama, can I get your number? Babe, I rep it hard. I'm known worldwide, but I blew up from my backyard. Berkeley, roll call. Hayward, roll call. San Jose, roll call. EPA, I'm from the Bay. I rep it hard. I'm known worldwide, but I blew up from my backyard. It's my time, need a rollie or something. This mankind, Mick Foley or something. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. I put a new twist on the stuff from 06. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. I got a little story, go something like this. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. I put a new twist on the stuff from 06.
We got to bring that back one time. I put a little twist from the stuff in 06, nigga.
I'm from the Bay.
Out of the units into the streets.
That's a little bit about what's going on in the Bay. LaRussell should have a big Super Bowl party. Now, we talking about it again. Where does LaRussell fit at on the list? He's a younger artist. I wouldn't call him new. You know what I'm saying? He's been around. He's not a child. But he's coming from the new school, new era. Everything is digital. Everything is about monetization. Everything is about content. And he's running well. He's making a label look at him and say, hey, now, we know we can't go over there and offer no peanuts. Can't go offer him no little measly little peanuts. Can't even offer him no 360 deal. Like, the man is making his money. He's taking care of business. We have to come at him right. So if a label wants to get in on this good company, they're going to have to come with a bag. Very important. There's a lot of stuff going on. The Super Bowl will be here in a few weeks. Who y'all got? What's going on? I like to look at the entertainment and say, man, you know, it's going to be promoters coming from all around the world. This is a Super Bowl, clubs. It's just time for San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland, everybody to come together. I think we late. I think we could have all put a few thousand in and had a big bag already waiting, already with an artist promoted, already with tickets sold. But, you know, this is a competition. This is people love to compete. They compete. They lose people money. They lose their own money. They get in debt. It's just bad. It's bad for the city. It's bad for the region, you know, with all the janky shit going on. But standing the test of times with entertainment, the Bay Area has, it's like the fourth largest market. We bring in a lot of celebrities from so many places that want to come here. And it's the melting pot. I mean, it's the cultures that we have here that really make up who we are, really make us stand out, to see us all unite, to see how the Bay comes together, how the Bay does what it does. You know, that's one of our biggest things. So shout out to the Bay Area, man. LaRussell reminds me of this guy right here. You know, LaRussell gives me the vibes of what Nipsey Hussle was doing. I get that type of vibe when I see LaRussell, because I know that independent hustle is, you know, I love when they say that. When they use the word independent hustle, it gives me all kind of chills, because my first project was the independent hustle. My email is the independent hustle. They was talking about independent game. And since he's independent game, I became independent hustle. You understand? So I get success waved at me time to time and just be like, damn, bro, you right there, man. You right there. You right there. You right there. You right there. Don't give up. You right there. 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 Don't give up. So where does LaRussell fit on your list? Like, does he just go from 50 to 1 to 5? Is he number 10? Is he 15? Is he 20? Is he 25? Is he 30? Would he be in the top 20 today? Would you say LaRussell, for the things he's doing right now? Yes, he's doing a lot on the internet. He has a lot of motion going on. He's breaking deals. Like, he got Jay-Z to come eat with him, man. Would you say he was in the top 20 for that? Where would you say he stands at? Come on now. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, baby. Come and talk to me. Where does LaRussell fit on the top 50 list? Top West Coast artists. They say LaRussell's in the 30, 40. That's not a knock. He's a new artist. There's been thousands and millions of artists. They didn't give me their number. but we're going to keep this going. Some people got snubbed and didn't even make the list. So that's power right there. This is the Rap Status power list, man. Who are you? What have you been doing? Everybody could toot their horn, but I've been watching. I've been checking my list. I've been dotting my I's and crossing my T's. I done stood up in this game. I done treaded the water, man. You ain't through no life jackets. Ain't nobody through no rafts over here. But we didn't need one. We kept swimming. We kept dancing, man. We dancing like we fishing, because in the Bay Area, we drive a little different. The Bay bounce the drizzle, the West Coast whizzle. Do the get stupid. Come fuck with drizzle. Yeah. Nah, this screen gleaming in this low, yoking. And the privilege thing, you know what I mean? All in the dough. Like key. STUPID. You got to know thyself, man. You got to know what time it is, what you really trying to get after right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just had a good meal. I just had a good bust down on some good shit. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Neighborhood Nip, man. One of the greats. He up here talking at the Breakfast Club. I don't want to throw the Breakfast Club in there on mess up this bread. But he was on there talking about he was charging $100 a CD. You know what I'm saying? He had the mindset to just like believe in what he was doing. That's why I'm bringing him up, is the belief. A lot of you artists, you lack the belief. So what Nipsey was on and what La Russell is on is believing in self. You know, understanding fully who they are and what their objective. This is a 5-year-old interview. You know, I feel like you know, to stand the test of the time, the focus got to be, you know, about your greatness. There's another guy that I hope.
If you can't balance on one foot for 30 seconds.
It's another guy I hold high on a pole that's doing greatness, always been about greatness. And I'm showing you people that has risen and has rise.
You know, I've been very fortunate. God has tremendously blessed me.
I've been really, really focusing on how the understanding of what it stands to be like unique.
But we get to watch then.
An ideal and what they call that, one of a kind. La Russell, Nipsey Hussle. And without no further ado, we're gonna show you a great brother, a friend of mine, partner in crime.
Came from these streets,
Mr. Fab,
in Oakland, California, in Northern California. Him, his uncle, really been involved in the streets on every level. You know, from the bright side to the dark side, and to watch the two of them as a family, to watch a nephew embrace his uncle, or uncle embraces his nephew. We don't see that dynamic as often. We say unc, and it ain't really that biological connection. We throw unc around like we throw the word legend
or cousin.
Yeah, or cousin, right? But in this case, this is a true dynamic to watch. Mr. FAB, a songwriter, an entrepreneur, a community activist, somebody who's been a pillar, one of the key members in what we call the hyphy movement. Even prior to that, he has been a staple involved in the DNA of Bay Area hip hop. He's one of the illest off the top of the head that the game, that the culture has ever seen.
Crazy.
A lot of people don't mention him, but they should. When it comes to freestyle raps, there ain't a handful of people that can even hang with him. I got a chance to host a battle he did in Oakland, California, and I've never witnessed anything quite like it. You know, I haven't hosted a battle since. Well, not that kind of battle, but this man, in my opinion, is the quintessential Bay Area representative, community activist, artist who cares. Dope Era is a store that he opened, but it's more than just a merch store that where you could buy some of the greatest clothes, some of the most original clothes that have context to it. But it's a gathering spot for people when they come to town. If you want to have a real Bay Area, a real Oakland experience, you gotta go by Dope Era. And when you go by Dope Era, you never know who you might bump into. It might be Bun B, it might be Snoop, it might be the Baby, it might be Fabulous. Whoever is coming to town, they gotta stop by and check in and not in the this negative connotation. But if you really want to have a great Bay Area experience, you gotta see him. Every time I see him, I smile. When I see his uncle, man, I light up. I love the work they're doing in my hometown. And I want to say thank you. And this is going to continue right now as we talk about his week that's coming up now. Give it up for Unc and the one and only Mr. F.A.B.
Let's go, baby.
Fab, what up, man?
And
that's crazy.
The intros be so humbling. But it's genuine though, just based off the fact you've been my mentor my whole life. You're somebody that I've always wanted to aspire to be to be like. You've laid down the blueprint on what it's like to embody Oakland, California, all around the world, no matter what. Although some people never get a chance to venture outside of their demographics, you've been all around the world and you've done things in such an Oakland way. You know, if Oakland was a person, it would be Sway. And I'm so thankful to mirror those footsteps, man, and continue to try to keep up with the trail that you've blazed, and then continuing to represent our city everywhere we go. And so I'm just humbly appreciative to continue to keep growing and keep blossoming right before the world to see.
Crossway. Damn, man, you just introed me, man. What the fuck? How do you do that, man? How do you just switch that up?
He's good at what he does. He's good at what he does.
That man is away with words, man. That's just iconic. You get an intro from Sway, and then you give an intro back to Sway. Genuinely, it's such a big deal to see like hip hop evolve. You know, they talking about battles, they talking about freestyles. One of the biggest things in my career is battling with Mr. Fab in front of Sway. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the biggest things, I won't say in his career, but in my career. That's why I said my career. It's little to him. You'll never hear him talk about it. But Sway being from Oakland, Fab being from Oakland, Sway being more about hip-hop, more hip-hop than just, you know, rap, more boom bap, more, you know, all the elements, you know what I'm saying? The 5 elements of hip-hop. Fab had that type of career as well. Me being from the city, I always wanted to have, you know, a career like that. I seen him early with his face on the side of a van. I seen him inside magazines. This is an episode on Rap Status magazine, but I seen those things, man. I went and stepped to his manager and him, and you know, I started promoting with them. They had something going on. He was so young, he's younger than me, but he was so young, they had something going on. I just wanted in and to see if I can, you know, become an artist and be able to do my thing. And maybe they didn't think I was good enough or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they didn't feel like, you know, whatever, this nigga promoting flyers with us, he ain't that good, you know, whatever. But persistence is everything, you know? I stayed grinding, I stayed pushing, I stayed doing whatever it take. I'm passing out flyers, I'm doing whatever, I'm hollering at whoever. You know what I'm saying? Making connections, meeting DJs, trying to get in studios. I couldn't get nowhere to really make no records. I had a couple places that I was making records at, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't get nowhere to like really make no records and nobody to really produce me so I can have a record and move around. Takes a lot to get a hit record. Takes a lot to have a record. Takes a lot to have DJs with you, to have a manager want to push you, somebody who believe in you. It takes so much. And you have to have the keys, and Mr. Fab has always had it. Seeing the Nig Latin album, which was the first album, and then working on Son of the Pimp, like we was documenting a lot of the things. You know, it went from being independent, taking a deal with Thiz, dropping the album, Hyphy, Moving, Explode, the NEW, the New Oakland song, and a couple other songs on the album, like, you know, catapulted Fab into legendary status. Hyphy still needed to keep moving. We had the Ghostbusters. We had a bunch of different things that was just growing. Hyphy was just moving. Everything was just happening in the Bay Area. We was documented. We had the yellow bus with the rims on it. You know what I'm saying? 24s. Moving all around, throwing shows, throwing events. Like everything was just centered around Hyphy success, throwing shows, documenting everything. I had to make sure I documented it all because it would have not been seen. It wasn't a lot of camera people like it is today. So I chose another lane just from doing the rap. I just found myself holding the camera, trying to catch everything and just being able to get so much. You got good, you know, you get good at what you good at, you know what I mean? But I ain't never stopped loving the music. Always kept making music, making hooks. You know, I'm writing songs just as well, putting stuff out. Working on some different things, but not necessarily having to focus on me with all the different artists that's coming to me and need my help and my assistance. And I need to throw shows because we ain't got no shows. I need to make clothes because we ain't got no clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different things going on. Like I'm doing it all, man. And I'm like, I'm trying to get us going. I'm believing in some of the things gonna happen. So I'm like, all right, I'll put my music to the side and help the other brothers out. Not like more so to the side, but just more so just where I'm not really tripping off, you know, busting a rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really sweating that. You know what I'm saying? As much as I'm you know, so I'm not really sweating that as much as I'm focused on you know, as I'm focused on just making it, just bringing it to where it needs to be brought. So I think I linked with Gary Archer and them, and they actually give me a, you know, not a shot, but you know what I'm saying, I actually pull up a couple times, you know what I'm saying, fucking with them at the different events or do different things and shit. But legendary, like bro, we actually landed, you know what I'm saying, one day I'm up there and, you know, messing around on the radio and spitting, you know what I'm saying, to where, you know, they had people call in, you know what I'm saying, and battle me, you know what I'm saying, and you know, all people, it was Fabby. That was crazy. Like, you know, like this dude is, you know what I'm saying? We didn't already met, we didn't already linked, and we didn't already cross paths. They didn't already seen me. I'd have been promoting the flyers. He on the side of that van. But I already know everybody wondering how the hell I'm on the radio. And what I did to get here. My own homies, you know what I'm saying? Seal and Keese and Lil Tanner was at, and then when we got up out of there, they was like, what you doing at the radio station? Like, how you get on the radio? Like, how they let you get on the radio? How they let Big Body Gotti get on the radio? You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I wasn't good at what I was good. I guess everybody thought they was better. You know what I'm saying? So seeing this dude do his greatness has always been a beautiful thing to me. And seeing Sway and Fab together just made me think about that.
He might be coming for your job.
See what's up?
He might be coming for your job.
He passed the job, bro. I'm like, wow. I'm starting to tear me, dog. That's me.
I love you, man.
No, I love you too. And you don't have to do this, right? Which I appreciate. And you found a really great balance, Fab, in how you communicate. You are ambidextrous in how you communicate because you speak you can speak multi languages, right? You can speak to the person that came up on 23rd Ave or 85th or on Bushrod or in the Acorns, and you're relatable, but then you can sit down with the mayor of Oakland as well and translate what it is the voice of the people have to say and what we're dealing with.
Liver scarring, kidney failure.
Breaking health alert tonight. Men are dying of liver disease. Women too.
Oh man, that's a deep thing right there. Liver disease is amazing.
For failure, kidney failure.
Your health doesn't.
How did you develop that skill? And when did you learn? Because I had to do that. I had to learn that I have to switch up my dialect when I'm starting to speak to larger audiences. I can't just talk to the block. I need everybody to hear it. When did you come to that crossroad in the way you communicate?
Well, my mother played a significant role in that. I think as a youth, when I was punished, some of the forms of my punishment would be read the dictionary and read the thesaurus. And those are things that she would be like, I'm not going to listen to your music if you keep cussing. So she helped me develop the vocabulary at an early age. And I understand in communication, we must be able to take some of the most difficult things and situations and explain them to people that can't fathom what it's like. So as a voice of our city, you can't speak for the people if you don't know the language of the people. And there's a hidden dialect in every urban city around the country, and even every native tongue around the world. And there are spokesmen that go out and they speak about the powers of that village for the rest of the world to understand it. Some that may not understand the native.
That's TED Talk, Fabby, to you, man. You hear how profound he's speaking. So I just showed you LaRussell. I'm showing you Fab. I spoke a little bit about myself. I am the inventor in the movement, the independent hustle. Put the camera on you. Promotion. We had events for you. Try to make some clothes. We didn't really get our clothes game going on, but I'm still at it. So it got better. But at the time, I had my $100 hustles pregnant with $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So people knew about it. They was hearing about it, the independent hustle. We did the Guapamentary, the bootleg, and we got footage. So I got a trilogy, got 3 DVDs under that. Still was doing events, still branding with my camera, still creating events. We later did Red and Blue Make Green, the Young Bulls series, San Francisco. So we stayed at it, but evolved more and merged with a bigger crew with Rap Status. And independent hustle and Rap Status, two things. When I hear everybody talking about independent hustle, every time I hear it, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a quarter, you know, a cha-ching, but didn't really capitalize on it as much as I should have, you know, or I could have. But I was thinking about bigger things because that independency always leaves you smaller in the majors. If I'm trying to talk to somebody for a bigger deal, they assuming that my goal and my focus is small. Even one of my newest mentors told me to change my email. So I'm working on a lot of changes, evolving. I'm a financial strategist now, licensed, and want to show our community how to get focused and do more things with our money. Look like all the rappers and my peers, my friends, my artists, the athletes, all the famous people, man, y'all been trash with y'all money. I mean, you do what you want. Everybody likes to focus their money, then complain they ain't got no money. I'm gonna show you how to keep money forever, how to put that money towards something, you know? And that's why I talk about the innovation. So when I showed you a LaRussell, I showed you a Nipsey, I showed you a Mr. Fab, and then I show you a Twan Gotti, the whole focus is to show you that 4 young men, and I got one more that I'm gonna speak on, but 4 young men that walk a life as an individuality that people may say, oh, them niggas are squares, or they not as tough as Whoop-de-Whoop and Whammity-Wham, and they not going in and out of prison, or they're not pushing the hype of different things that you don't believe in. I can't talk as good as Mr. Fab. He got all them good words. I'm gonna start reading. We gotta read more books and, you know, work on your vocabulary. But the element of surprise is that complete the goals, complete the projects, and then let everything else speak for itself. Shout out to the Flavor Club. Shout out to T&E. Shout out to Established by Creators. Yeah, rest in peace, Mike Brown. Rest in peace, Kilo G. And it's something we do daily, man. We live it out. Rest in peace, Cougnut. Got a vision to complete some more films. Just sat down with one of my guys, and I just need editors. You know, we need interns. We need people that really want to be down with the industry. I got a couple ideas. I need a couple different editors and people on hand that can whip up graphics and typography really quick. We got to keep up with things. Things are happening at a rapid pace. And I've tried to work with people who don't really understand how fast and how easy and how simple this thing can be because, you know, they come from a different era. I come from a different era. But in today's time, things are so accessible. We are fighting right now. We are fighting like hell to compete and keep up with robots. And if you don't evolve, you're going to miss out on your opportunity. So with that being said, yeah, we could do it this way, baby boy. This is the way. I want to get you on here. Send me your email. We could do this all the time. This is the way we're going to get the audio. I'm going to get the audio. I'm going to get the visual for it right now. All I need is him to have an email with you. But like I said, growing up, coming from my city, you know, I fully understand like what you up against when you building something. You know, you might not have all the colors that everybody else have in the crayon box. You might not have all the enough quarters to pay to keep the machine on. So when you have they call them disproportion, a disproportion, you trying to compete with people that say is equity. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not equitable because we're not working with the same things to build. But that's what makes the man. You knew you had less and you went hustle harder so you could make more. And that's just the end of the story. You know, being a father, being a mentor, being a caseworker, social worker, a big homie, making films, music, fashion, and films, and events, branding, teaching, being there for my siblings, being there for my parents, like all through the years, the last 20 years of since the hyphy movement, everything kicked off. The most amazing thing that I learned was to stay moving. So I got people that know me in Atlanta. I got people that know me in Memphis. I got people that know me in the Carolinas. There's people that know me in New York. People know me in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So a few people know me in Louisiana. People know me in Texas. People know me in Arizona. People know me in Washington. People know me in Oregon. So I got to do better with I know there's people that know me in Chicago. There's people know me in Indiana. But we got to do better. We got to do more. So the innovation right now is I got to complete the missions and the projects, you know. We definitely stayed busy though during this time. One of the biggest things we did was the Nipsey Hussle interview, which that interview is not just an interview. That clip is inside the movie Red and Blue Makes Green, which is on Empire. The music is on Empire. Now, do we need a deal? We need somebody to give us some money, which is a loan, to help us get bigger so we could be in people's eyes? Nah, we just need the understanding of what it takes to stay out there. And it's just paying the bill. Hey, guys, it ain't nothing special out there. Pay the bill. You got some bread to stay on TV, go to Comcast and spend your bread. Stay in front of everybody. That commercial coming on every 5 minutes during the biggest stuff that people watching. You got to be strategic. It ain't nothing different. You'd be surprised. It was a video with interview with Cassidy going on. He said you have to have the money to keep that on the air. It ain't just about it being a good song. Every song is a good song. Everybody loves the song. You're going to pay to keep it on the air, my friend. Every other minute that's coming on, somebody paying for that. So you've been believing in Will and Smoke. You've been believing in what this is. Anybody that they discover, they believe they're going to make some money on. More money than they're going to give out. And if they give up more money than they make, they're going to make it hard for you to shake. You understand? It's a very dangerous game. I sometimes even thank God for keeping me out of it. Ask everybody who got them chains on and all that stuff. They say the things that happen to them. The money in their pocket brings big barrels and long guns. Long barrels and big guns down their faces. I've seen it. I know about it. Yeah, The Grind is a good movie, man. I mean, it was just a small a small thing. It could have been bigger. You can catch me acting in The Wrath of Cain, acting and directing The Grind, acting and directing in The Point. Those are 3 small films. The 2 small films. The big one was The Wrath of Cain, Cage Animal. It was in the red boxes and all that. You could see it on Stars, sometimes Tubi. Right now, you could pull it up. Nipsey Hussle, Gilly the Kid, Ving Rhames, Twan Gotti. But where would you rank somebody on the power list? The list. I'm talking about like everybody say they somebody and then they look up and they ain't even on the list. You got snubbed. I looked at my snub list and was like, whoa, you know how many people names on the snub list, bro? I'm like, damn. They didn't put that nigga on there? What kind of grades they gave him? So right away, I already told y'all the 4 people, I just already started off like this is how I can help y'all get it. I'm trying to help y'all get to the 20. Always start with the 4. The top 4 artists is Mount Westmore. Mount Westmore, you know what I'm saying, is the top 4 artists we got on the West Coast. Do I got to tell y'all their names? Snoop, Show, Q, 40, Pac, Easy, Dr. Dre, Mac Dre, Kendrick. You see how hard Kendrick got up in there? The Game, Nipsey. That's 12 right there. YG. That's 13 right there. Do you jump up with the new guy? I think I got the 13 right there. I got about 13 right there. Who should I come right there after my YG? Is it somebody that's major that did it? Is somebody that's underground? Is somebody that major contributed? Is somebody that's still going right now? I'm going to go MC Hammer. He shouldn't have dropped that hard, but he never kept putting music out. So that's my 14. This Bay Area and LA, so in West Coast. I'm gonna go Sir Mix-a-Lot just because he had big shit. Seattle for my 15. Drew Down, DJ Quick. I'm putting DJ Quick, not Drew Down. Sugar Free, Master P. That's about 18 right there. Daz and Corrupt, Dog Pound, 19. Nate Dogg, 20. Smoke weed every day. Warren G. Sebo. I'm at about like 24 right now. I wish somebody was writing these down. I got the list. I'm just I've been reading and looking at it so much I can pop it on you. You know what I'm saying? The Loonies, Yuck Mouth. Gotta give Yuck his. Bila is part of the clique. Look how where he 40 rank, where Bila rank. And I believe that only for the consistency of like completely continuously dropping music. Some people will be high, but they didn't keep dropping music. Mac 10, you know, it's part of Ice Cube. Look where Ice Cube at. Look where Mac 10 at. Look where you're going to put Dub C at. Is Quick higher than Sugar Free? Quick for surely should be higher than Sugar Free. Oh, the list, I got it. You know, I can pull it out and look at it. I can make it even talk to you. Mr. Fab. Keek the Sneak. Is Mr. Fab higher than Keek the Sneak? In San Quentin, it's Mr. Fat, it's Messy Marv. It's like, I mean, come on, man. This is the West Coast, man. Cypress Hill. But as their music fall off, did they stay up? We had another conversation about, I gotta put this on the next segment because this can't go on this one, but it kind of go in the conversation because it's gonna keep happening. Are they from the West Coast? If they do West Coast music, are they really from the West Coast? Or what is the West Coast? You know what I mean? Are they not from California? I didn't say this is a California issue. This is a West Coast issue. So we got from the top to the bottom. New Mexico is considered the West Coast, right? I mean, they not, or is they the South? Is it the West Coast South? Like I've been telling my brother for years, I like the West Coast South. But that's where Exhibit would be from. Exhibit, name is Alvin, big time in the music. You got to put his name up there. He powerhouse with his own TV show, Fixing the Cars, and definitely big with the movies and acting, and was on some big raps, big songs with Snoop Dogg. So I got him in there as well. But they would say, is he from the West Coast? Wiz Khalifa, is he from the West Coast? He from Pittsburgh. Been in movies. He's definitely loving the culture. He made Taylor Gang, helped a lot of different people in West Coast and LA. There's some Swede culture. So I got to put that up in there as well. Yeah, I know it's Southwest, but it's the West Coast South. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to get pulled in. Nobody from the Southeast is going to pull them into the Southern talks. They're going to lead them out of it. Everything past Texas is the West, Wild West. I got cats and Hobbs. You know, they ain't acting like they from the East Coast. They acting like they from LA. They trying to step like that. And they might have moved from there, whatever. You know what I mean? But we gonna move past that. I'm about like 28. Filthy Rich, Filthy Rich, he got left off the Thizzler list. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Jay Stalin, 29 right there. I'm finna go back down to LA and go grab Tyga. Tyga should have been way higher for the hits he had. You know what I'm saying? It's the pedigree. Sometimes they just don't see the man as big stepping with it. You feel me? But he had hits, so he should definitely be high. Rack City, different songs he didn't put out should be definitely high. We had YG at 13. We had Tyga down at 30 or 29, let's say. And to close the list off at 30, I'm going to drop La Russell right there. Just to close it out, that's how I open up. This whole pie was just centered about this. We got Nipsey at 11, or let's say 10. I can't put him out. The Game has done some impressive things with his music, his career, and everything like that, but we're going to drop Nip at the 10 and put Game right there at 11 to lead the list. Sage of Gemini. This is a real impactful list. So if I just said 30 people, what would you think Sage of Gemini would fit on the list? Right there. Good songwriting, good hits, big songs. HBK, I Am Sue, Showy the Mayor. But where would you start them at? I just gave you 30 influential people right there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't said Coog Nut, Lil Swoop, or Killer Keys right there. Because again, it's coming about things that other people will say. Other people got to agree with this. This can't just be about me. You know what I'm saying? Where did I put Messy Marv and where I put SIBO at? It's about impact. Messy Marv as a one-man band. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start juicing at the 31. Or should I go with Sage or HBK? You know what I mean? Like we gotta talk about this. You got artists like I'm thinking about movements. I'm thinking about things that, other people gonna say. Other people gotta say this as well. It can't be just what I'm feeling. If I write this list down, you know what I'm saying? I got a list. I can go get the list. It's right here. List right here, bro. I said YG, Hammer, The Game, Nipsey, Spice One, Dub C, or Ice-T, Larry June, and Dom Kennedy. Some other names right there. You know what I'm saying? Should I be putting those dudes in like the 37? Should I make it? I'm telling you, man, we got a cold list. I had Professor X throw a few of his names up. Professor X had Drew down way high. He had DJ Quick, but that's what he liked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do about what I like. I did about what everybody would like. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. They snubbed a few people, bro. They was like, man. And this, I did some shit, man. But like I said, they got new people that's getting snubbed. Like I say, Pac, Kendrick. I ain't even gonna say it because you're gonna think I'm going. And I don't like this list because it is what it is. But
this is a strong foundation. To finish it properly and make it editorially credible, we need to do 3 things cleanly and transparently. 1, correct structural errors.
Come on, man, get to the point, man. That's why I didn't want to let him talk. I should just read it.
Who belongs where and why? 3, lock the list as an official rap status criteria. 2-pack. 2, Kendrick Lamar. 3, Ice Cube. 4, Snoop Dogg. 5, Final Influence. Below is the final, corrected, publication-ready version. No filler, no repeats, no confusion. Rap Status Magazine. Top 59 rappers from California. Official editorial list criteria. Cultural impact, longevity, independence, regional influence, legacy, not streams alone. Top tier 10. Icons, Mount Rushmore Plus. These artists shaped California rap and hip-hop globally. 2-pack. 2, Kendrick Lamar. 3, Ice Cube. 4, Snoop Dogg. 5, E40. 6, Too Short. 7, Dr. Dre. 8, Nipsey Hussle. 9, DJ Quick. 10, The Game. Hashed foundations, 11 to 25. Built the infrastructure, sound, and regional identities. 11, Mac Dre. Corrupt. 13, Spice One. 14, MC Ike. 15, Warren G. 16, Be Legit. 17, and 18, Night Zippit. J-Rock. Absol. Schoolboy.
See, they start going off. That was their list. I just asked him, let me tell me what you come up with. You know what I'm saying? What you got to say? And a lot of them, I was saying them. Pac, Kendrick, Cube, Snoop, E40, Too Short, Dre, Nip, Quick, The Game. That's 10 right there. Mac Dre, Spice, YG. What's that number? 14? Exhibit. Digital Underground, Mac 10. J-Rock, Be Legit, Dub C, Warren G, Spice One, Daz and Corrupt, Dom Kennedy, Larry June, Mozzie, Blueface, baby. And this is different things that they doing. Like, it's the impact. It's about people. No, it's not about everybody like it, but you got to think about what everybody would like. It has to be about us agreeing. If you saw a list of 30 people that I would just say, you would be like, you might change 3 or 4 of the people I said. You feel me? Like maybe 3 of the 4 people out of the 30 that I pick, you might be like, yeah, I wouldn't have picked those 3 or 4, but that's a choice of opinion of where they was positioned. But pretty much everybody I just named, you're going to say that. You know what I mean? And that was just a mix up of LA and Bay Areans just now. And then I got a snub list. I got a list that they just left people out. Do you know, if I give you the snub list, you're going to go like, damn, they had all them off the list? Yeah, they had these dudes off the list, bruh. They had them off the list, man. I was sitting back going, they don't have to agree. Again, when you see a list on a TV show or like you see something like, they put their list out, it's going to be a couple of people that don't agree, but a lot of people will say, man, that list is pretty accurate. You hear a GOAT list, and they throw Eminem on there, you're gonna be like, come on, man. But we're gonna be like, bro, that was the what you call it, people, that was Rolling Stone. Like, they're gonna pick somebody of another genre just because, but it's about reach and impact. Yeah, you're a rapper, but why are we just making so much list about rappers? To be managers, it's people that didn't, produce. It's people that didn't walk things down the line. Influential. Most times, people from the West Coast is rappers. They are rappers and they are the CEO as well. Like, a lot of the lists don't have Eazy-E, and what's the criterion of Eazy-E on there? That's one of the most influential West Coast peoples in there. He's an icon. His face tattoo was there, but he passed so early. He passed before Pac. That Pac kind of knocked him on like the most immortalized West Coast person. So I would say, if I ask you right now, give me the top. Well, I'm reading the comments about they say I don't think Filthy Rich made an impact. What I'm looking at right now is from the time of that we took the Drug Wars, that documentary, and starting to rap a little bit before he got on the documentary, and the rise to where he is now. A lot of it could be said to come from the streets, but we know music sales of the different albums and the different projects, the credibility as far as the look, the cars, image, the consistency, the branding, all those things played a good part. He had to deal with police, law enforcement, you know what I'm saying, trying to take him down, different things like that. But for the most part, everything always panned out. So to come from the streets, to come from nothing, to establish something, to attain something, you got to keep it. You got to be able to keep it. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody ride around listening to none of those dudes' music, but I think a lot of people was listening to his music. There was a point in time where a lot of people was listening to that dude's music. It could have been the songs that he had with Messy Marv. It could have been the songs he had with Mozzie. It could have been the songs he had with Jay Stalin. But being in that mix don't matter as long as you in that mix. What happened with him and Lav, or what happened with any other artist, there was a lot of music and a lot of people being put on at the time. I don't listen to the music, but I'm saying I know what's going on. I don't have to be a hypocrite to see that in the Bay Area, to survive in the Bay Area as a rapper, as an artist, to have longevity and be respected countless times without becoming washed up or without becoming a has-been or a person that they don't listen to. That's not easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't rap. I only certain songs, you know what I'm saying, certain things, but like being an alley-oop for certain artists to get things going on, you know what I'm saying, because he's a credible person. You know what I mean? Having songs with Mr. Fab or Filthy Rich, Keek the Sneak, Kafani, Messy Marv, San Quinn, those are Bay Area staples that everybody know. Throw Mac Dre in there, Too Shorty 40. If you did your Bay Area Bay Area top 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, the list is small, short, 40, Hammer, JT the Bigger Figure, Master P, Messy Marv, Mr. Fab, Keek the Sneak. You got to throw Be Legit back up there because he should be bigger than a lot of them dudes I named. Kugna got to go up there, but like I said, we lost him so early, people don't know his impact. Pac, if we go in Bayer, you know what I'm saying? Like, this list could get going on. Yeah. I mentioned his name. I mentioned Kafani. Kafani had the radio station. La Rue had it. You know what I'm saying? They was all coming together doing music together. La Rue, Kafani. We heard them way before we heard Filthy, but Filthy still had the same impact and success of things, whether he was being an entrepreneur. I'm looking at impact. I don't care if you selling dogs. I don't care if you I don't care what you doing to get the money. You know what I'm saying? How I look at it, the Jacka is definitely one of my figures. Let's do the list. Let's break it down. Bay Area top 10 power list. And this is rappers. You know, is MC Hammer number 1? He went diamond. Ain't nobody touched that. Can't touch this. I'm gonna leave it at that. We got other rappers today. 24K Golden and went 7 times platinum. Did I put them in there? Is anybody gonna call that Bay Area music? 1 or 2 albums? You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna go with that. We ain't gonna be able to put him in this list right now. He's not gonna be respected. Nobody's gonna have him in that list. Hammer had it and had movies, cartoons. He had a lot of stuff going on in his era. Dancing, Hammer Pants, different things. So yes, Hammer, Impact, number 1, or Tupac number 1, MC Hammer. Pac came here as a teenager, didn't know nothing. I ain't gonna say didn't know nothing, know a lot of stuff, but didn't know Bay Area, didn't know West Coast, didn't have no rah-rah, no bravado. I don't know who he was before he came here. I believe he found pure identity here. And yeah, he was in Baltimore and New York, so he knew other stuff. Probably had rage in him, but I'm pretty sure the Bay Area, he even said, the Bay Area, the Sac Town, the Bay Area and back down. Cali is where they put their Mac down. Show us love. I ain't hear him say nothing else. So, Pac, Hammer, Too Shorty 40, Master P, Fig, Hammer, Pac, Hammer, Short 40, Mac Dre, Fig, Master P, 7, Messy Marv, 8, what you want to do? We had 8. You want to say Mr. Fab and Jacka, Mr. Fab? That's 10 right there. Pac, Hammer, Schultz, 40, Dre, Fig, Master P, Messy Marv, Jacka, Mr. Fab. Where's San Quinn land on this? Is San Quinn right there? Gotta be. Who next? Sebo, is Sebo higher than a lot of them other lists? Do he gotta be way up there? Where Yuck at? So we're gonna say right after the 10, we gotta come with Sebo, Yuck. What did I just say? Sebo, Yuck, Spice One, Drew Down. So we got Sebo, Quinn, Spice One. And that's just the longevity of Quinn being young and making it for a long time. Shout out to Quinn though. Selsky. Where we at with this? What was that, like 18? I'm gonna go again because we gotta keep the list. Y'all keep tracks of the numbers right now. Pac and Hammer. Show. 40. Mac Dre. Fig. Master P. 7. What do we say? Messy Marv. Jacka. Fab. 10. Yuck. Sebo. Drew Down. Spice One. That's 14. Selsky. 15. So I'm going to drop Sale to 16, throw Sibo back up there at 11. Sippy Sibo, Yuck, Spice, Drew, Selsky, Be Legit. That's 16, 17. Ready to say Brother Lynch and all of them. Ready, Brother Lynch. Killer Tay. Gotta throw Humpty Hump, Digital Underground way up. You gotta throw groups. You want to throw Keek. Keek gotta be at right there. Juice. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, brother. That's a nice list. That's what I was saying. But you don't got no 40 in there, so you ain't rocking with 40. He dropped 40 off on there. You threw all of them dudes over 40. 40 gotta be up there. Push it down some. So I told you, Pop, Hammer, Show, 40, Dre, Marvin, Master P, Jacka, Fab. You done put Fab in that thing. Bolo, Spice One, Yuck Mouth, Bila. With my Cool Nut, nigga. See, you start getting biased. We just start naming shit. So that's why I just stuck with a 10. That's a solid 10, man. That's a nice 10 right there. So speaking on it from a general speaking type tip, you know what I'm saying? Like entertainment is generally what it is. It's entertainment. We're just here to entertain you, spark some rhetoric, create some dialogue. Rap Status Magazine is your host, Twan Gotti. Gourmet! And I'm telling you right now, the Super Bowl is coming to the Bay Area. It's going to be nice out here. And I'm just saying, man, we could have put some great things together. Now you got to type it again, Bayboy. Bayboy, you need to start sending your email so I could I could keep you on the link and you can come on the show. You can request to come on the show at any time. And that's when I went into Quinn. I said Sibo, Quinn, Spice, Drew Down. Then you start going like Selsky, Juice, Burner, like Filthy and all of them, are they all up in that? They right there. It's like where Fab was be at, because Fab carries some things like before it was going. Like that go back to the battle that I was talking about, how we got to Cameo, how we got it. You got the team Frontline, Clyde Carson, Main Matters, Cass Kaiser. Like we was battling, we was freestyling, we was off the head throwing domes. We was in there, sparring, you know what I'm saying? Killer Keys. It was about verbal sparring. There was no scene before this. Messy Marv was out. San Quinn was out. Those people were all established. And like everybody on your list, is why Fab worked so hard. He's up there because he worked hard from, if you think 2002 when we battled and on the radio and freestyling and doing whatever we had to do to get some notoriety, that was 2002, 2003. It's 2026. His name still rings, still moving today, man. That man is definitely a top 10 Bay Area artist, icon. Can't throw La Russell in these races right here. This is not West Coast, so you can't even throw a Nip. You know what I'm saying? Nip hasn't even had a career like Mr. Fab has. Hey, brother, my condolences to anything you lost in that fire or anything like that. You're a great person, great father, great community man. You deserve your flowers early. I seen growth, man. I seen success already before I even spoke to y'all, before I even met y'all, before we even shook hands. I seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really look at it from the Showcase magazine, Nick Ladden, to today, you know what I'm saying, hosting a whole big week and all the stars and writing all the songs, man, that man has truly stayed down. I don't think he's ever been employed or, you know, had to work no jobs, you know, to feed his family, been able to prosper, been able to help and take care of others, open up other opportunities like that. He's definitely a Bay Area West Coast boss, and that's why his name rings up in almost like the top 20 or top 25 West Coast legends and artists, you know what I'm saying, because of the things he's been able to do. Hats off to him, man. Keeping the list strong, knowing what we know. You got Big Rich is a success. I'd bring up my fifth person to bring up. I would do a tie, 5th and 6th, out of those people that I was talking about, the list of iconic people making something out of nothing and being creative, destined to be there, always being oddball, elite type person. Big Rich out of the Fully Loaded group, most standout. He's still out. Shout out to Vegan Mob. Shout out to Bailey. But definitely Big Rich being the person that has 1015 management, created some successes, being able to create some platforms for working with children and pioneering some things like that. That's impressive. Management, being able to connect people, that's a big play. Paperboy, Donald Andrews, you know what I'm saying? I love how he created his clothing line. I mentored him and worked with him on some things, but he definitely was always creating, always writing his thoughts down, always creating his blueprint. I told him he should start his own clothing line, you know, instead of creating all his ideas around another person's clothing line. And they didn't really embrace his vision to them to sponsor him and like rap their culture and bring their culture out. And it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't that he wasn't worth it or the shot down was worth it. But imagine if he would have if they would have embraced him and did everything, let him do it, he never would have created his own, you know? So that's power within itself. Those are power brokers that I just mentioned. LaRussell, running the company, being a rapper. I mentioned Nipsey Hussle, being a power broker, running a brand, creating itself. Mr. Fab, being a power broker, a rapper, as well as running a clothing line. Twan Gotti, being a power broker, an artist, a platform pusher, a curator, as well as pushing clothing lines. I put Big Rich in there, artist, a power broker, curator, as well as a fashion director. And I put Mr. Paperboy, artist, curator, fashion designer. Everybody I mentioned is doing whatever it takes, not letting anything stop them, being creative. I put G Perico. That's another person I want to slide in that list at number 8, being innovative, creating his own brands and being very intuitive and having power and knowing how to leverage his things. We already know we got to put Burner at number 1. We're going to drop everybody down there 50 spaces because we know what Burner did. So, you know, I would have to bring Burner in there a level of Russell was doing, but I feel like Burner's already high, so I'm gonna just leave him off this list. These are the next stuff. Nipsey's already high, legend, already did his thing. You see Good Company, you see Mr. Fab, you see Twan Gotti with Rap Status, you see I mentioned G Perico with his brand. He had a store before. You got Young Lot with the Flood movement. Lot is doing his thing, been doing his thing musically. He has a nice brand, Flood, Forever Living Out Our Dreams. Very successful, very hardworking. Got him at 9. And who can we say at 10? Another artist that's power broken, that's making moves, that got his own clothes, that got his own systems and things that you can highlight and say is I'm gonna throw Joe Moses up there, man. I'm gonna give him his shout out, give him his flowers. Moses is definitely a person out there in Los Angeles that had his clothing line, has shoes. He's a football coach, doing a lot of different things as an artist and helping other people and bridging the brand, being a CEO, All Out Brand, AOB. Should be higher on the list. Probably should bump me down to 10 and let all those guys shine. Or just take me off the list completely. But I got love, It's a West Coast thing. We talking about other people. Got to tap in with the outside land. Seattle, Portland, Idaho, Boise. You know what I'm saying? Montana. You know what I'm saying? Denver, Colorado, Las Vegas. You know what I mean? Shout out to Yalta. Everybody out in Vegas. Player Zona. So my nigga checking traps out there. New Mexico. You know, it's big, man. It's West Coast, man. This West Coast edition is just really centered around representing and respecting home. I'll be in the South, I'll be in the East Coast, but I definitely know it's home, man. Let's get back to that list. Let's see what he talking about. Bayboy 14, man. He definitely coming with some heat right now in the chat. Hammer, Tupac, Too Short, E40 for sure. Mac Dre, Messy Moore, Sibo, Spice One, Yuckmouth, Quinn, okay. Bila, Drew Down, Fab, Cougnut. I like that. Nicotina, RBL, JT the Bigger Figure, Jacka, Selsky, Totally Insane. I think that's a dope list, bro. We got to give it up to Bayboy for that list. That's a hot list right there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let me go back to it. I don't know who I would pull out. You know what I mean? Everybody there. Bo is there. Spice is there. Yuck is there. You know what I'm saying? Bila is there. You know, this is 25 right there. This is 20. So if you're doing it at 20, you put Totally Insane right there. You know, people that's still there. You see Selsky right there. You know what I'm saying? You see Jacka right there. I'm like, Filthy Rich as an artist and as an icon. I gotta he gonna be above them last two, or just put him in 19 and put Sale at 20, because the impact is still there. FOD is big in the town, it's big in other markets. You know what I'm saying? And they feeding a lot of people. A lot of people eating over there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even ate a bite, so I ain't on him. I'm just saying. Impact is impact, and we're styling that. Styling definitely got to be over there. You got a more than that. You know what I'm saying? The Fab is right there. They damn near neck and neck. All three of them names. You know what I'm saying? Fab definitely got a more commercial side in there, but you know what I'm saying? All them names right there. You know, where Mac Mall hit the list at. You feel me? Where Burner hit the list at right here. You know what I mean? Like, for impact, what we be liking, we be going what we be going by. We be going what we be going by, bro. I already know, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be going what they be going by, you know what I mean? Like, we be going what we be going by. We making up our own rules as we go. Impactful, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been some impactful things in the industry. What can you say? You can't say nothing else. We got a whole new generation. So we got a new list. I got a list of new youngsters. I don't want to pop the music and get the music back going on, but I could definitely kick a whole. I got a nice new. They say the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying, got this drill music, and they call it only drill music because they only coming after the ops. They coming to smoke the ops, man. They knocking down your set, pulling your wig back. You know what I'm saying? Off top murderous shit, you know what I'm saying? It's real out here in the Bay Area with the new young people. Everybody's funking, cities is clicking up, cities that you never even been to that city. You never even got your nose bloody in that city. But now they taking rides, man. They doing skits, they rolling up, they taking a ride, man. It's real. It's real evidence of you know, like a World War. No, I don't want to say World War III, but it's like how Japan and such was together, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that, man. People didn't pledge allegiance and said, hey man, we allies. You don't like them, I don't like them. So I'm gonna get into some of the music, man, coming on right now. I'm gonna start off some right now. So this is some artists from two different sets. Y'all coming out for the Super Bowl, you gotta know what's going on. We gave you the list. The list is nice, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna start it off right now. Give you a little taste.